Flowers for allergies.
It's a story about how stupid I was, and then I became smarter with brain surgery drugs.
Brain surgery.
And Rat did not look good after.
I thought you were dead.
Sun out of your eyes and be yourselves.
Heard you were dead.
She's dead, wrapped in plastic.
That man's dead back there.
It was worse than dead. Must be dead. Is this a dead man, Doctor?
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Roast Mortem Podcast. I'm Tom Saltman,
I'm Travis.
I am Cody McCann.
and we're here to talk shit about dead people.
Yeah.
So dead. So much shit.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing things.
How was your week?
I ate shit all weekend.
Nice.
That was me.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah, I didn't really do much. I started playing video games again.
Yeah?
You started streaming, right?
Yeah, I was streaming some Assassin's Creed Origins.
Nice. What's your handle?
My handle is Clamorgy.
Nice.
This is also my YouTube channel. You can get drunk there.
Yeah, you can get fun drunk on the Clamorgy channel.
Yeah.
Big
You
time.
can watch me sit and play video games.
And cook. A little cooking on the Clamorgy
little
channel.
cooking there? Little cooking?
It's a nice place.
Cook with your butt out? My butt isn't out.
On your YouTube channel, you have a how to make a proper Cubano sandwich.
I do. That I do.
And that ties into today's episode.
It does rather miraculously.
Cody, why don't you start this roller coaster of bullshit?
Let's talk about just Cubano sandwiches right now.
Okay.
Before we even... I mean, the people that know at home know who we're doing because it's in the title of the episode. But let's talk about Cubano sandwiches really quick.
It's got pork, and then it's got pork.
It's got
and
too
then
much
got
pig.
Pork, and
It's
then-
got too much pig.
No, it doesn't, Cody.
No
That's
such
a
thing.
that's a
I
fallacy.
feel like the Cubano sandwich has too much pig because it has pulled pork and ham on it, and ham, and
Yeah.
a pickle, maybe Swiss.
You know, there's one problem with the Cubans. There's no bacon on it.
Oh, no.
You gotta add some bacon on that shit.
Yeah, Cody, I have about 10 more slots for pork-related
No.
items per
Yeah.
sandwich.
You don't double up. You
Put some
don't double up
chicharron on there.
You don't double up on that.
You're doubling up every time you have a cheeseburger. 2 cows.
Yeah, but it's not the meat, it's not the
Oh.
proteins.
There's plenty of protein in dairy.
How do I?
Well, you gotta have yellow mustard on a Cuban. That's the one thing I learned. I love Gouldens. I love the brown, spicy brown. My butthole is spicy brown. Love eating spicy brown things.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a Cuban, you need to put the fucking shitty French's mustard on it.
Mm.
Just needs it. Needs it.
I haven't really taken note. I've eaten Cubanos. I don't know what kind of mustard's on them.
Did it stain your shirt with yellow?
I'm not a pig, Travis. I'm
Why?
eating a pig.
I guess I am. You are what you eat, and you eat what you are.
I always wondered what the root of the Cubano's over porkification was. I think I told Travis, I think I told you this a while ago. But do you know why there is so much pig on the Cuban?
There's a lot of pigs in Latin America.
It was traces back to Spain, actually. During the Inquisition, if you got caught eating a double pork sandwich, you probably were not Islamic or Jewish. Therefore, you survived the Inquisition.
Dude, you are super Christian.
Yeah, it's
So-
a form of peacocking.
Yeah, so pig
And not
sandwiches,
dying.
very popular during the Spanish Inquisition because it could save your life, quite literally. Why are we talking about Cubanos? Because we have the Cuban hero himself, Che Guevara, on our slab today.
Whoa!
You know this guy, right?
Yeah, I saw him on a t-shirt once.
You saw him on
Just once.
T-shirt many
Yeah,
times.
Many times.
I'm willing to go out of my way to say, like, my introduction to Che Guevara, I first saw him on a T-shirt.
Yeah, my introduction was the same as at the Jersey Shore. Someone had funnel cake all over their shirt. Just all over Che's face.
Oh,
Kind of looked like a jizzed on with funnel cake.
he was filling up.
Yeah, filling up.
I don't know if Che likes sweets, but yeah, it's the perfect shirt to wear if you don't know anything about anything
Yeah.
and you're angry at your parents.
Tom, where did you see him on a shirt first?
Yeah.
It's the only way.
I saw his stupid mug on a
Yeah,
shirt.
he's just shirt boy to me.
I'm very
That's-
skeptical of symbols. You know,
Especially if
see a
they're
lot of
facial.
if I see a lot of crosses or something like that, I go, it's probably not for me.
Probably different.
And this is its own type of cross.
It weirds me out when I see faces being idolized. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
just-
is Che like Banksy dog?
Yeah, Danksy.
Yeah, it's a stencil. He does a stencil once.
Something very propaganda about a face being
Stencil.
glorified.
Mussolini did that tactic.
Nah, Obama did that tactic. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
true.
Like,
Change.
They're all snakes in the grass.
was it change? I thought it was hope. Oh, no. It was
Hope change.
Hope
Hope
change.
change. Both.
Hope change.
Hope change you both. O's.
We are number one.
It's American O.
You know who didn't do that? Donald Trump. He just made America great again.
Yeah, MAGA, bro.
MAGA, hashtag MAGA. That likeness on that shirt is pretty much counted as the most famous photograph in the world, as per Maryland Institute College of Art.
Well, that's just because my dick pic hasn't circulated around the world enough.
Yeah. Well,
Like a lot of people in China haven't seen my
the problem
dick pic.
is that you were faxing it initially.
Yeah, it was
So
all
didn't
fax.
have the reach the internet has.
You'd have to send me your number but via beeper, and then I'd fax it to you.
Right. How many were sent out of those dick pics?
Probably about 5,000.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's why people don't know it.
all to offices.
Mm.
One of these things, little sidebar.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to do that dick pic in the bottle thing.
Yeah.
For the viewers at home,
God.
we've had this idea for years.
Borderline illegal.
No,
not
it's not illegal. You can find porn on the side of the road, whatever.
The most illegal part about it is throwing a bottle into the ocean.
Well, let me tell you what it is.
Yeah, let us-
we have, message in a bottle. We all take dick pics, put it in a bottle, throw it in the ocean. Some little French kid finds it.
Why is he
Yeah.
French?
I don't know. It's
Why is
going
it
to
a
go
little
across
kid?
the
I don't
ocean.
I want to do this, but I'm praying a kid doesn't find it.
Yeah, well, yeah, a kid won't find
I'm
it.
going to put a child lock on the top of my bottle.
Yeah, one of those
There you
safety
go. Yeah.
safety
You
things.
gotta
We're
press
going to make
down the screw.
make an email so they can email back to us. Hey, got your dick pic, and they can compliment us.
And send us
French
theirs.
babe.
Yeah. All right. Let
That's
me
how
see
the
it.
world works.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to see it now.
Most famous photograph in the world. To be fair, motherfucker is quite photogenic. He's a very photogenic psychopath we're dealing with right now.
For a man with a Neanderthal brow,
Yes.
he does take pictures
I was
very
about
well.
to say it totally depends on how he's lit.
No profile shots.
If Che Guevara has got some underlighting or a profile angle going on, he's got this horrific Neanderthal frontal lobe that actually gets him in a little bit of trouble later on in his life.
He has
Wow.
cancer of the forehead.
Well, it never killed
He was
him.
definitely like
No,
not
never killed
right
him.
in the head. Had some severe detachments to violence, which enabled him to pretty
Do
much
the awful
rise
things
up. Yeah,
that we're
rise
gonna
up in
talk
his
about.
ranks. Who knows what Che means?
Hemorrhoid.
Che is a generic friendly interjection in Spanish. So it's pretty much like a buddy, boy, lad, chap.
Oh, a guy.
Yeah, guy.
Boy.
Oh, that's cool.
It was
Dude.
It was
the dude.
It was Bud.
Yeah,
He's
bro.
he's the Lebowski.
Yeah, I was
He's
thinking
the
like
dude.
I was thinking like Bud Guevara. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's less intimidating if you know Che means buddy.
He's a Babe Ruth type. What up, babe?
Little babe.
That's what I say. Say it to all my friends. What up, babe?
Now,
Hey,
this is
babe.
a babe.
How you doing, baby girl? Say it
You
to
have
my
called me
bearded
baby
friend.
girl a lot of times. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me really uncomfortable.
Nobody likes when I do it, but I like to do it.
All right.
America.
Baby girl Guevara, what else do we want to know about?
Tell me about baby girl Guevara.
This guy, whether he intended to or not, is subject to a lot of dueling revisionist history. I can
Okay.
see stuff that is clearly rewritten to make him look like a villain, and I can see some stuff that is clearly rewritten to make him look like a martyr of the people.
Like he's worth being on the shirt.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
personally, I don't feel like Che Guevara is shirt worthy.
No, he's not.
Nah, not really.
He just looks good, and
There's
there's
great. He's fantastic.
there's an idea there. He was the new hip version of the Marxist movement.
Yeah, dog. He's got long hair. He's wearing a fucking beret. What is it? Fucking
Just smoking
beret.
those sexual
Kangol.
cigars, just in and out.
Yeah.
Sucking
Sucking on the
Castro.
cigar. Dude, I mean, you ever seen fucking Samuel L. Jackson with Kangol on? That's pretty
No.
revolutionary.
Yeah, it is. Changed the world.
Changed the world.
You guys ever have a Cuban cigar?
I have it.
Yeah.
I owned one. I never got to enjoy it.
You didn't
What'd you-
smoke it?
No, I lost it in a move.
Did you use it as a doorstop?
No, I don't know. It's probably in like a dresser drawer somewhere.
I smuggled some into the country in my shoe.
They're legal now, right? You can.
Not for long.
Yeah.
Thanks, Obama.
So,
Literally opposite. Moving on.
Che actually did some good things. He's a huge literacy proponent. He's walked into countries, did a little bit of his Che magic, and then left with 40% of the population knowing how to read. So he's done some good things. He's viewed as a counterculture and revolution.
Wait, so Cody, when you say they knew how to read, by that you meant they had to press number 2 on the keypad when they call up an automated system.
This is movie phone.
Yeah, because they learned how to read Spanish.
What is it? Pare número uno.
Yeah.
Oh,
do
that
know.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what
America.
language you speak.
America.
If you're in
learning.
your country, that's the language.
You're learning.
Yeah, I don't know if they were dying in the movie filmed up in Cuba. Cubano national hero. Some people hail him as a Christ figure almost, and he's just pretty much the mug of counter-revolution.
Christ
And,
figure. You know who's my Christ
he's
figure?
a little
Tony
Christ
Hawk
figure.
doing Christ Air.
Oh, sick.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that inverted Christ there.
So sick.
Let's talk about his early life. He was born Ernesto Guevara, June 14th, 1928, in Rosario, Santa Fe province of Argentina.
So wasn't born in Cuba.
Was not born in Cuba. He was an Argentinian. Argentine? I don't know.
Okay.
He was a fucking brat, man. He had 2 parents. There was 3 nobles between the 2 of his parents.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Ernesto Sr. had Spanish and Irish nobility, and his mother had Spanish nobility.
So he's quarter Irish?
I don't know if he's quarter Irish, probably a little bit less than that.
There's a lot of Europeans settled in Argentina,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like early.
Some boys from Brazil, actually.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They came a little later, but
yeah.
I mean, yeah. Basically, Argentina was like the America of South America.
It's a good refugee spot if you can't get north of the border.
Yeah. I want to go.
Me too. It's nice. Seems nice.
I just don't want to be raped.
Yeah. No. Well, that's Brazil. You go to Brazil, you're getting raped.
All right, cool. So Argentina's cool.
Argentina, you get that yerba mate. I drink that shit every other day.
Yerba
It's the
mate,
best.
eh?
Yerba mate.
Yeah. Interesting fact. That's how Jay's dad earned his fortune, or attempted to earn some fortune cultivating yerba mate.
Oh, he's a yerba boy,
Yeah,
eh?
we tried doing that.
gold.
Yep. Didn't work out. Just bad business moves. But that's how he got some of his money, I think.
Damn. We have a friend of ours that got arrested in Georgia for having a garbage bag of yerba mate in his trunk.
What does yerba mate actually look like, Travis?
It doesn't really look like weed at all. It kind of just looks like what you'd fool someone with weed in high school.
Yeah.
It looks like oregano. You know? Like-
yeah, but the cops, it was
But
just
this
enough.
is Georgian cops.
They're
so like,
uneducated.
they don't care.
Chase
They
should have came up here and showed him how to
Yeah.
read.
Like, what do you got in there, boy? Yerba mate. That's dank.
Excuse me while I take this dank. Now get in the dank tank.
Little boy Ernesto Guevara was stricken with very, very bad asthma. Sometimes it would leave him up to days bedridden, and he would use this time to practice chess and read ideological studies.
How old was he when he was diagnosed?
I believe it was between like 6 and 8,
Okay.
like where it
All right.
was like crippling. So it's pretty much.
We all know 6 and 8-year-olds real deep.
No.
Yeah. Reading that Communist Manifesto.
If you think about it, like this is like little evil genius training in junior.
Yeah, I mean, did he have a pet cat that he was just like stroking while he played chess?
I can imagine it, but like
Yeah.
if he's just there, sick, just trying to get better,
Well,
like
that's-
being a tacticianer.
That's the problem. He's petting his cat. He's allergic to cats.
Yeah,
If they got the cats out of
maybe.
the house, he would have been fine.
it's all the cat's fault.
20 minutes, rest up, catch your breath, pet this dog.
Early reports have him being a prankster in school. Some reports say he was an exhibitionist in elementary school.
Showed his ween around.
Hung
Yeah,
some
speaking
dong.
English, showing his dong.
Yep, hung a little bit of dong when the teachers weren't looking, or maybe when they were looking. That's the point of being an exhibitionist.
You gotta show people what it's like to peep a ween.
Peeping ween is important.
Peeping
Friends.
Waynes. I wonder if he was like the actual streaker or just a flasher. Because like I respect streakers. They have to evade people.
Well, they have to run.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have to streak.
You don't just stand there with your duster all open, showing your goods off. Goods turn bad real quick.
Yeah, you got to run with him.
Gotta run with it.
Yeah, you got to run with it.
You just gotta run with it,
Your
you know?
sack,
Yeah.
your sack has to hit the belly button in order for it to count.
That's an interesting way of looking at it.
Wow.
Yep. Part of being a streaker. I know.
How old those football fans in the UK?
How old are they?
No, how they get it because they it's always cold there. So the sack is gonna.
You have to weight it down for a few days.
No, you just pull your
Few
belly
days,
button.
few
You
days.
just pull your gut down to your junk.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I do.
Okay.
All right. Some tactics for all you streakers out there.
Schoolboy Che Guevara was noted to eat chalk and drink ink.
Why you do that?
I don't
dog?
know. He shot out street lights with a slingshot. He's reported to shit on the ivory keys of a piano just to spite his schoolmates' parents.
Take that, Kelly Clarkson.
He launched fireworks through a window to disrupt a dinner party. But all in all, at the end of the day, beneath this troublemaking sociopathy, he was bright. Like, you could see there was a tactician mind.
What
doing
year was
these
he born
things.
again?
He fell out of his mom.
28, right?
Yeah, 1928, June 14th.
Okay, it's a little later than I thought because he sounds like an original Little Rascal.
Sounds like Dennis the Menace.
He sounds like an alfalfa.
Alfalfa was a little ween. He was a spicy ween, though.
He's a piece of shit, that kid.
A mass murdering
Pointy-headed
alfalfa.
piece of shit.
if you will.
Yeah. This guy also sounds like a ween.
He was a gross ween. Bragged about not bathing or doing laundry. At the most, recorded up to 25 weeks.
He bragged about that shit?
Oh yeah, he was like, I haven't washed this jersey in 25 weeks. He was a rugby player.
Ew.
Played rugby?
Played a little rug.
I'm assuming it's really hot down there.
Now,
I feel like it's
So
the
you're gonna
same
need
one.
you need to wash.
It's like, yeah. I feel like parts of Argentina are probably, this is a long-ass country.
It is long, yeah, but
It's some of it's probably like here. And like, I know for me, I wash every day. I'm a clean boy. Especially my dick and my armpits.
Yeah,
Most
you got-
important things.
bits and bits.
If I miss those parts,
You're all dirty.
yeah, I'm just dirty.
It's just
I've
all
never
or nothing.
I've never seen you dirty.
yeah.
I've
because
seen you sweat, but you're like, I gotta go home.
gotta go home,
Gotta
get
wash
clean.
this off. Yeah,
I gotta go eat like an Italian sandwich real quick, sweat it all out, and get clean again.
it works. He's a clean guy.
Some sources describe him as a rapist, even preying on servant girls because, like, he was born into quasi nobility.
Right, they
So he
have
was-
that aristocratic
Yeah, he
style
was
of
definitely
living.
part of the aristocracy.
Was he a rapist, or did he just make shitty moves?
A little bit of both, but definitely forcing him, like, shitty moves, including raping. In my book, there's one encounter where it was said that he was taking dinner with some of his friends and spontaneously threw a servant girl on the table, forced himself upon her, finished, dismissed her, and resumed eating dinner like nothing was amiss. And all of his friends were like, "What?
He must have
Okay."
Must have really wanted it. That's pretty gross.
That's pretty much 100% rape at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not no question about that. That actually happened.
Well,
It's very
yeah,
ungentlemanly too.
That there's unquestionable to that, but like there's reports that he was like doing this as early on as like 14.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like you're just learning about what your boner is at 14. You don't know what to do with it. Just smacking on the table and shit.
Well,
But
he
if
had the wrong idea.
if you're entitled,
Oh, okay.
He had the wrong
If you're
idea.
entitled,
if you're
you know-
entitled and trying to figure out a boner and you have better things to slap it on than a table, you might slap it on better things than a table.
Yeah, that's true.
Better being subjective.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
How little do you care for people?
Che Guevara levels?
Use
Leaders.
tip. Use the table.
He did. Yeah, they were on the table.
No, not that way.
Oh.
Let me just slap your dick around the table.
Oh. In 1948, he did a little motorcycle journey all over South America, pretty much going down the western seaboard and flying back up.
There was a movie based on that, right?
Yeah, the Motorcycle Diaries.
Mm.
Who was, I don't know, who was in that?
I don't know.
Was that Benicio del Toro or was that something else?
No, he
No.
was in a different Che movie.
Yeah, Benicio del Toro. Like,
Yeah.
Che.
He played Che in a different one. Motorcycle Diaries. Was that John Depp?
Che Guevara, played by Gary Busey.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. That's totally
exactly.
right.
I'm on the motorcycle again.
Put that in the book report you're doing.
Yo soy motorcycle tambien. Go and tell Spaniel.
It's mucho bueno. Rolling.
So his little motorcycle about pretty much opened his eyes to the poverty and depression in the area. You know how Buddha like ventured out for the first time and like saw death, depression,
Yeah, he's
disease, and famine.
Buddhist.
Yeah, this is pretty much like the Southern America version of it.
Right. Checking out the people who's like, wow, these people are living like shit. I lived like a king.
And he-
and I might have raped someone.
This
So
is
let me
such
try
an
to take
eye-opening
control of them.
experience, bro. I'm so upset for these people. Fuck, my dad forgot to transfer money into my account again, piece of shit.
Exactly. This was
And
before like Venmo. Like, bro, can I Venmo you some money so I can get some gays?
If anyone wants to send me money, DM me. Give you $1 billion back. I'm a Nigerian prince.
It's a
I'm
Nigerian-
a Jewish
yes.
Nigerian prince, and I'm ready to make your light hard.
this opened his eyes to the poverty, inequality, and depression, and he pretty much chalked all this bad shit up to capitalist swine.
Of course.
You know.
Because capitalism didn't give him basically everything he wanted.
Yeah.
No.
You know, put him in the position that he was in.
No.
Have a motorcycle. Just saying.
Yeah.
He came across a persecuted communist couple in the Atacama Desert, and this couple did not even own a blanket. Described them as the shivering flesh and blood victims of capitalism.
Well, they were in a desert, so they didn't need a blanket. It's very warm.
Gets a little nipply around night.
What question did he give them a blanket? That's the question.
Yeah, I don't
All
know.
that shit.
He's like, oh, that's terrible. I'm gonna blum 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 blum.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
leaving. Basically, Che Guevara to me at this point sounds like someone that bought tickets to the Fire Festival.
Oh,
like
Fire with
yo,
a Y.
Yeah, Fire with a Y. Like, yo, the world's terrible. I'm gonna influence him and go to this festival, dog.
Yeah, it smells right.
Yeah.
1954. He has a little bit of a medical background, by the way. It's what he studied when he was laid up with
he was in
asthma.
med school.
Yep. Like loosely, like, you know, keep in mind South American
South
doctor,
American med school.
like around the 50s,
Right.
yeah.
It's worse than DeVry.
1950s maybe. Probably upstanding financial, educational establishments nowadays. 1954 began working in the allergy department of a Mexico City hospital when
The allergy.
Yeah, allergies.
Okay. That's what he had. So it was a little bit beneficial
Maybe, yeah,
to him
maybe
to learn about allergies.
allergy
course.
from asthma. Yep.
Yeah.
Met who other than Raul Castro, brother to Fidel Castro, and at that time very, very in bed with the KGB.
Oh.
It's KGB, boy.
Yep. And
That's the Russian spy network.
yeah, that's the
For
Russian
people that are
state-run
young men. Yeah. Look up
underhanded.
Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
He's a member of that.
Yo, he choked motherfuckers out.
Yeah, dog.
Putin sucks for a lot of reasons, but he got his hands dirty.
Yeah. He was a fucking KGB boy.
Roll right in there and be like, give me the money. So
Look
I
at-
can give it to the
yeah.
state, and they can give me a little back. And I'm going to push your eyeballs into your skull.
Yeah, there's actually a documentary about him. You put on the Born Identity and watch it with Russian subtitles, and you have the documentary of Vladimir Putin.
Oh,
That's
okay.
lovely.
I like that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when you meet Raul, you meet Fidel.
Because they were Siamese twins.
They were brothers and they were partners in crime.
They weren't Siamese twins.
No, they weren't.
Siamese twins.
They
Excuse
weren't
me. They weren't
Siamese.
Siamese.
They were not
twins.
conjoined bros. And Simon Reed Henry went on to call the friendship between Che and Fidel Castro a revolutionary friendship that would change the world. And this was a result of their commitment to anti-imperialist movements and thoughts. You know what I mean? Like they bonded over not liking American
That
swine.
sounds like a statement from a high person. Your friendship is going to change the world.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my question was, did he use revolutionary in air quotes?
Oh yeah. There's no other way to use revolutionary
Yeah.
nowadays, I feel.
They were revolutionary, air quotes, buddies. Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't know. I
Butt friends. He used to
that's
suck down the
very-
cigars. He's fucking suck down the cigars.
that's very interesting.
Just a couple cues.
Yeah, let me get a Cuban. Let me get a...
Whoa! What Cuban thing are you sucking on?
Cigars.
At the time, Cuba was run by the Batista regime. I don't know if you guys know too much about that, because I certainly don't. No. It was pretty much USA-backed leadership was pulling some power moves on the general population of Cuba.
So it was good.
Well,
Yeah. This is
I
where
do
it gets
actually
dirty.
know some fucking shit about this.
This is where it gets gray area, Travis. You know.
I do actually know some shit about this. This happened like at least twice in the history of the U.S. Once was like post World War II, 50s, maybe into the 30s, maybe a little bit pre World War II, and then also in the 80s where the U.S. went to Latin America and they were like, we don't really give a shit like what type of government you run as long as you're like suck our dicks, America.
Yeah, we don't care what
It
you
was-
are as long as you're us. You know what I mean?
It was like it was if you're pro USA, we're cool with you. If you're not, we're gonna fucking come in and try to crush you, non-warlike crush you internally. Send spies in, try to fucking fuck your shit up.
Subversive
Right.
crushing.
Subversive crushing.
Implosion. Think about that.
So Batista was basically a puppet of the US.
oh, excellent segue. When asked what Che thought of the Batista regime, he called Batista a U.S. puppet whose strings needed cutting.
A U.S. papa whose strings need cutting.
There you
Very good.
go. Wrong accent. I don't even know if I'm doing the right accent.
Best accent.
You're gonna have to excuse all of us,
Not me.
Senor.
You know that yo means I in
Yeah.
Spanish? That's pretty crazy.
What band is called after that? Soy Bomb.
What?
Soy bomb.
Yeah, Soy Bomb means I am bomb. I think that's why they chose it.
Oh. I don't know who Soy Bomb is.
Okay.
Yo.
Che, seeing Batista as a phony who needs to get the fuck out of his, position of power, Che joined an assault on Cuba from Mexico via a shoddy cabin cruiser boat dubbed the Grandma.
El Grandma.
El Grandma. I don't know if that was translated or anything, but it was called the Grandma in one language.
It's a pretty fucking weak name for a boat.
No D, just the Grandma.
It's around.
82 fuckers shoved into this tiny plus-size dinghy. I guess it would be the best way to describe this little vessel. Not huge, not huge. 82 in there. Only 22 survived the landing when they actually got to Cuba.
Oh, shit.
Your boy Che was one of those 22.
Wait, but if he had all
bigger
the...
dinghy.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he had all the money in the world being this aristocrat, couldn't he just
There was a
buy
little
bigger
bit
boat?
of disownment happening once he started.
Oh, they're like, hey.
He didn't have an endless supply of money. He grew up, his parents were kind of struggling in a way. Like, they ran themselves into debt. Once he was on his own, he was really on his own. But he still had the advantages of having any connects to begin with.
Right. So he couldn't get the yacht. He just get the souped up dinghy.
He did a timeshare on a yacht.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't his turn that month.
Yes.
And also keep in mind, he's like kind of high on Marxism. So like, you know, flashing around money isn't kind of in the...
So, but I mean, there's also like people like Stalin, right? You know,
Stalin.
Like I think pure Marxism in its own. I'm gonna take a little sidebar about fucking communism.
Trav's getting fucking political.
Getting fucking political.
That's not what the show's about.
I'm not trying to get too political. We're talking about
Go ahead,
communism. I'm
Travis.
going to talk about communism.
I'm going to cut you off as soon as this gets hot and sticky.
Hot and
I'm going to
sticky.
cut you off as soon as we get stuck up.
True communism seems all right. People are fucking greedy.
Yep.
That's what that shit's all about. If you take communism in a fucking bubble, right? Where like
Sterile communism.
right, sterile communism where no one fucking has any type of identity, right?
And no pull.
And no pull, then it's fine. But any type of communist leader, like Stalin or, you know, even Lenin kind of pulled into it a little bit. He was a little bit better than Stalin.
Ho Chi Minh was aight.
Ho Chi Minh was aight. They're all gonna have some human nature where it's like, I want to have more than everyone else, but we're all equal.
Yeah.
You know?
It's almost impossible in practice.
Yeah.
So that's why it's left at the door.
Yeah. So fuck yeah, socialism. Fuck communism.
Woo! It didn't get that hot. I thought you
No.
were going to get hot like a fucking red hot tamale. Like
I mean,
an enchilada.
I came in my pants when I was saying that. So
82
yeah,
operatives.
this is a stain.
22 survive. Shay's one of them. He went on this expedition, on this foray, as the company medic. But what's the math here? 62 out of the 82 bodies you arrived with no longer would ever need medical assistance because they're dead. He just thought he would be better off dropping his med kit and picking up a rifle at that point.
Yeah, he kind of fucked up on the plane ride over.
Yeah.
The boat ride over.
Yeah. So he pretty much did his like respecking from medic class to assault class right then and there. And it was pretty much a life-saving. I see this as a life-saving decision.
To
You know
someone
what I mean?
that plays Battlefield, you spec'd out with as a medic class with a grenade launcher and
Shut up.
fucking a
This
smoke
sucks.
grenade. Suck my dick, Tom. Some people might play video games.
I have an idea.
You guys own a video
Fucking
game
good.
company.
We don't talk about video games here. This is a video game safe space.
Suck my cockhole.
Shut your trap.
Not-
Travis,
No!
bring it home.
No,
Bring it home.
no, I can't. I can't do it.
But you're coming all over these battlefields, and we got
Yeah.
young Che beaten off to Marxist books in his barracks.
I mean, Che had a great mustache. So does Waluigi, and his
His
cock is in my
mustache
ass
sucks.
right now.
God.
It's a very, very symbolic moment for Shay as he hangs up his doctor robes and transforms pretty much into a death dealer that breaks all of the Hippocratic oath. He put down his bandage and picked up a rifle.
Do harm.
Yeah, do harm. And
Yeah.
do you guys know the method of which Shay was famous for and taught his soldiers?
Execution style?
No, it was warfare. It was a famous warfare that wasn't seen around.
Slash and burn.
We used it during the American Revolution.
Oh, gorilla.
Good old guerrilla.
Che
he was a
Guevara,
gorilla
Che
guy.
Gorilla.
Yeah, Che guerrilla.
Which
So-
means you don't know what you're doing, you admit it,
Yeah.
and you take the kick in the balls route.
Yeah.
Yeah, guerrilla warfare, for those of you who don't know, is pretty much ambush and retreat before counterattack. And rinse and repeat until
Right.
you win.
That's basically growing up. If you ever knew someone that was a bully, but they were like a little weenie bully, like they didn't actually have any muscle, or that bulky kid, they just run up to you and kick you in the balls and run away.
Yeah.
That's guerrilla warfare.
Yep.
Guerrilla
And-
warfare.
Inherently, guerrilla warfare had downtime. It's just how that warfare is set up. There's a lot of Heidi put your head down time blend in with the locals.
Just sitting there in the fucking forest, sucking that fucking cigar.
Yep. He was enjoying his cigars with the local subsistence farmers. And you boys know what a subsistence farmer is. Subsistence farmer.
I don't.
Yeah,
What is
I
a
don't know.
A
subsistence farmer?
subsistence farmer is a farmer that does not sell his goods.
What?
Yes.
So he just survives off of the
he
land.
feeds pretty much himself, his family, and maybe a neighbor that is a farmhand.
So
Right, the
a
neighbor-
glorified victory garden.
Yes, but it's not something by choice. This is how
You have to
the
do it.
yeah. There's no other way to like carve out a living unless you're like painstakingly clawing, tubers and roots out of the earth. If you're in like a Cubano farmer right now,
It's kind of like a barter system.
it's not
sort of
great.
thing.
Yeah, it's not.
But it's like,
not
hey, I'll
great.
give you some rutabagas if you give me some cow
Yeah,
milk.
yeah. So
Cow,
yeah,
cow
that's
whites.
The old milky cow white.
Give me the whites of your cow, please.
and it's pretty much barely surviving at that point in time. And I actually looked into the etymology of the word survive,
Mhm.
and it pretty much just means south of living, which I thought was pretty funny because sur is south and
Huh.
vivere is live. So you're not really living if you're surviving. You're a little south of surviving.
Pretty badass.
I'm surviving right now because I just ate a sun chip.
Jay had to chill with these subsistence farmers who pretty much were the definition of just scraping by. Jay was going around, he was noticing the people of Cuba had little electricity, no schools, and 4 out of the fucking 10 of them couldn't even read.
Shit.
It's fucking
damn.
rough. And I guess that makes sense because there's no schools.
Right. He was also in the boonies, right?
Oh yeah, he's in hiding from
He was in Mountain Dew country.
Right.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
pretty much hiding from like the Cubano totalitarian Batista government that was in action.
Yeah, when Tom says Mountain Dew country, there's places in America that are like that right now. That drink nothing but Mountain Dew.
Hmm?
So here's some of the revisionist history through a mission, I think. Che Guevara at that time was noted to build up the infrastructure of Cuba, and some of the more benevolent reports state he built bakeries and schools. Like, oh, let's have the people fed and educated, and that's lovely.
Okay.
But the flip side of the coin stated he set up a chemical plant for explosives manufacturing, and those schools weren't for children, they were for teaching guerrilla tactics.
Oh, all right. So
Yeah, so it's just like,
let me guess. The bakery only did sourdough.
no, I don't know, what would a Cubano...
They do Cuban bread.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. Just bun.
Well, the big thing about Cuban bread is they bake their bread with lard in it.
Ooh,
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
When I did my episode on the Cuban bread thing, well, Cuban sandwich,
The
I couldn't-
Clamorgy episode.
I couldn't find legit Cuban bread because
Oh.
Cuban bread's like it's fucking
embargoed.
lard in the bread. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Didn't you do a nice like cook down with that? You cook butter into it instead.
I found a baguette and fucking slathered the fuck out of it with butter.
Nice.
Take that as you like. Did he build schools and bakeries, or did he build explosive plants and training grounds?
Probably a little both.
Probably actually a little bit of both.
Yeah, not gonna judge him. Not gonna judge him at all. Cause his whole eye was on revolution. Got to do a little explosives. Got a little bakery.
Here's something interesting. Here happens the Battle of Santa Clara, where he gets his initial, like, oh my god, he's superhuman claim. This is a man that's beyond manhood. An Ubermensch human V20. You know what I mean?
He's been elevated.
elevated.
Vate him.
He and his troops were surrounded, outgunned, overrun, 10-1, and through dogged guerrilla warfare, Shea's boys won. Outnumbered 10-1.
Yeah, hiding in the bushes.
Yeah, so if Shea has like 9 of his guys, he won against 100 of the,
Batista bros.
oppositions.
That's
the
something
op four.
else, man. That's something the fuck
That's-
else.
That's a very ridiculous figure that gets him a lot of clout.
Are these numbers true though? Do we
It's
have any other
hard
backup?
to effing tell.
I feel like with any revolution, there's always someone inflating the numbers. Like we have in America, we have fucking those stories. Fucking
It could be Che himself
Battle of,
inventing this.
Battle
you know
of
what I mean?
fucking Bunker Hill and like all that. Don't fire if you see the whites of their eyes. I forgot the general who did that, but he's also a little bit of a dickbag. I feel like any of these guys that inflate the story, they've got some like fucking Dangus syndrome going on with
Yeah.
a big Dangus syndrome.
Yeah, like you can see like the truth is being bent every which way, and it's interesting to see where the truth breaks. Like these both of these things can't possibly both be possible. You know what I mean?
I feel like a controversial figure like this paints a picture of people in general, like our societies and how polarized things are.
Some people like hail him as like a Christ figure that has brought a culture out of a dark age, and the other half view him as an insurgent.
He's a terrorist.
Yeah, an insurgent terrorist, like pretty much on the level of like IRA.
You know, everyone's human. Even if you paint them as the best, they've got fucking shit
Skeletons.
about them. You know?
People are complex. You're not going to learn everything about Che in one listening to our podcast.
I don't think you're ever going to learn everything about Che just because it's twisted back and forth.
But also, it's important that we take a nice fat diarrhea on everybody who's on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right
That's
on their
what we do.
forehead.
So let's keep moving on.
Castro's grip on Cuba eventually tightens, and Che Guevara eventually gets to leave his role as guerrilla fighter and becomes executioner. And that's kind of just what his detachment from violence allowed him to do. If we take a break in this episode right now and we just flat out say Che Guevara has a very unhealthy detachment to violence, it explains so much about this character. It explains why he was able to become a doctor. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't care too much about body gore or just viscera. And it led him to be a soldier, didn't care too much about ending another human's life. Led him to become an executioner, same thing.
Sociopathic tendency.
It seemed he didn't cringe when, you know, someone's head got shot off. He was immune to that effect.
He was like, guts, whatever.
Yeah, guts.
I've seen it.
Yeah, guts, bloodshed. He'd be like, it needed to happen.
Don't you dare touch his chimichangas.
No.
Don't react to that one.
Yo soy chimichanga de hoy. Yeah, dog.
Che Guevara actually has some disputed tactical prowess in the history books. Most people saying like, oh, he didn't know how to fight. Other people are claiming he was like a tacticianer's dream, like a combat genius. And it seems like Castro didn't feel like Che had like combat chops. So when you have somebody that doesn't have combat chops, but isn't afraid to fucking murk a dude, what do you do to him?
Executioner
You
boy.
promote him to executioner, not just any executioner, Travis, a summary executioner. Do you know what a summary execution is, Travis?
Does it for funsies.
Yeah, he's like,
pretty much.
For the laws, chop your head off. It's like YOLO, whatever.
Yeah,
cut
so
his head off.
summary execution pretty much means no judge, no jury, no lawyers involved.
Like Judge Dredd.
Yeah,
Dredd.
Judge
That's-
Boy.
That's a great through line. Good job, Tom.
You're welcome.
And we're gonna talk about Che Guevara's first execution. And keep in mind, like, Che means boy or friend, and this man is about to execute somebody.
Keep that friendly guy away from me.
Yeah, my baby boy, help me get my head off.
Yep, the first guy he killed was, God help me on this enunciation, Eutimio Guerra. Eutimio Guerra. Yeah.
Langosta del madre del hoy de hoy la biblioteca de du.
You heard it here first, folks.
That's who it is.
You know we can't put subtitles in on this, Travis.
Yeah, well, you should know what that is. I'm just saying.
It's the most common phrase. Have you ever been to Cabo Wabo?
No.
I haven't. Where is it?
Yeah, I've probably been to Tijuana 2 times.
Didn't you get... Hold on. Can we do a story time real quick? Can you
It's
tell
a
us...
different country. We gotta do. We're for the Mexico episode.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Trav's got a great story.
Keep you waiting. I'm gonna keep you waiting on that one.
Travis has a great Mexico
I know it's a different
story.
country, but it's south of the border here, so...
Yeah, I really want to do Pancho Villa, and I'll tell you about it when I do Pancho Villa.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
The peasant Eutimio Guerra.
Just call him Instantgram.
Instagram.
Talking about Instagram.
It's his initials, and then you have to make it relevant.
Instagram.
EG.
Oh, it's an E.
Mm-hmm.
I can't read it from here.
All right, sorry. Oh, I farted on that.
Like that.
The peasant Eutimio Guerra gave away Che's position in exchange for a promise of 10,000 pesos from the government.
Batista.
Yeah,
From Batista.
The Batista government.
Okay.
So someone approached him. He says, give away their position. We'll give you this when everything's said and over with. And with this information, the Cuban government and the CIA were blowing up Che Guevara's position figuratively and literally with ordnance.
Right.
So this guy righted out the position, and like I think it was an airstrike or maybe artillery just fell there later on. So Che had words with this Guerra boy.
Let me get at you. Let me get at you.
Yeah, let me get at you.
Guerra. Yeah.
Get at you.
When you say words, you mean bullets.
Are you ready for this?
Big old lead boy.
Guerra like asked for his life to end quickly, and Che went up and shot him. like there wasn't any poetry in this or romanticism for Che. It's like the guy asked to die, Che ran up and shot him in the face.
Oh, he's a man of his word.
He's a man of his word, and he's very detached from violence, and there was no hesitation. And afterwards, Che recalled, the situation was uncomfortable for the people and Itumo. So I ended the problem, giving him a shot with a .32 pistol in the right side of the brain, with an exit orifice on the right side of his temporal.
Yeah,
and
he blasted the fuck out of his brain and was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Che was
very,
like,
very medical about it.
Yeah, Che was like, well, this is awkward, so I'm just gonna execute you now. And just boom. Blew the guy's brains out.
Just blew the guy.
Yeah.
Came right through his head.
Yep.
How many times you been in a bar and there's someone who's just getting on your nerves just because of the way they look?
And you just blow him.
You just blow him.
You just right up.
Get it over with.
Get on your knees, blow him.
Yeah. They won't see it coming.
Yeah.
So Che's journal, captured after his death, frequently depicts all of these gruesome things with very detailed, nearly scientific facts. Exit orifice in the right temporal. He's not caring that he just snuffed out human life.
It's very much cattle.
Yeah,
like, you know,
he's being meticulous in a bovine experiment, pretty much.
Right.
Like, these are
pretty Nazi sounding.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, these are just caged specimens for him to like do what the powers that be ask him to do to him.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this like reinforces like this guy had a severe detachment from violence, and he's even quoted saying like, "I'd like to confess, Papa, at the moment I discovered I really liked killing."
Ooh,
fucked in the head.
A little dark.
A little dark. This probably traces back to like his childhood and all
you know,
that.
Dad, I got diarrhea the other day, and I gotta say, I really liked it.
That's pretty dark.
Something to write
pretty
home
dark.
about.
Yeah, but how does this trace back to his childhood? He grew up a little fancy pants, little fancy boy.
Yeah,
he had nothing wrong going on.
Oh, with the rape and all that, he had a little bit of wrong.
Yeah, no, but that was him doing the rape. That wasn't him getting raped. You know what I mean? Like, he had nothing wrong with his childhood.
Oh, that's how the way I look at it is that like he was a brat and he didn't have anyone to correct his shite behavior. Is the way I'm looking at it.
He was predisposed, not like it was. Okay, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, like I'm looking at it like his parents were bourgeois enablers. He's just being him. Let that go.
So he was a hipster.
Sure.
Yeah.
An Argentinian hipster in 1930.
Yeah.
Should have got him an art degree.
Yeah.
Liberal arts degree.
He be a modern day feminist. Male feminist.
And I have here in 1959, he orchestrated a book burning, which is just never a good idea for any political figure to get caught doing, I feel.
No, you don't want to just throw a book burning down and say, listen to me now.
It was anti-commie literature, so it did have a means to the ends.
Oh, right, because when they were initially taking over, they convinced everyone they weren't communists.
Yeah. This is the tricky thing. The Batista regime was communist but U.S. backed, like Travis said earlier.
Right.
So it's commies that don't like the U.S. fighting commies that do like the U.S.
Yeah.
And the commies that don't like the U.S. kind of edged out.
Two girlfriends fighting over a sexy U.S.
Sure, you can look at it like that if you really, really want to.
Yeah, so, I mean, but this is post-World War II. He knows book burdens are bad. That's not good PR. Come on.
Yeah. So it's just like, I don't know if he got caught with it or like it was public, but at the same time, just don't get caught burning books bad. 1959 converted La Cabana Fortress into a prison camp, and this was pretty much on the same level as the Soviet gulags. Bad, not good, fun time.
I was just gonna say, I feel like he probably took a book out of the Soviets.
Oh, he did.
A whole damn book. That's
a whole damn book called
whole...
Karl Marx, Communism.
Yeah, the Communist Manifesto, verbatim.
He read a lot of shit. I mean, he read a lot of Mussolini's writings, too.
Oh.
And this is when he was in bed.
Fascismo?
This is when he was in bed suffering from asthma. So he had a lot of time to, like, at least get ideologies or proto-ideologies of, like, Marxist out.
Right.
And all the philosophies that you can justify any type of behavior with. So
right.
Like the Nietzsche shit, the Kafka stuff, where you could just take that and paint any kind of picture you want with it.
Yeah. I mean, Nietzsche and Kafka on its own, okay, premium.
You know, all the Nietzsche literature we have now isn't even Nietzsche's work. His sister heavily edited it.
Yeah, they edited. Yeah, I knew that.
So we don't actually know what the hell he's talking about.
To send men to the firing squad, judicial proof is unnecessary. These procedures are just archaic bourgeois detail. That's what Che thought with due process. Unnecessary. If you were in his fucking prison, you deserve death, and he would make that happen. Contrary facts say he tried to pardon as many people as possible.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that's what he did.
Yeah.
I think that if you were a cunt to him personally, not like a general cunt, just cunt to him personally.
From one cunt to another.
From one cunt to another. Yeah. He was a cunt. He was like, you're a cunt.
Here's how iffy the figures are. Che Guevara killed around anywhere between 55 people to 1,400. That's a huge disparity. What the fuck?
It depends on where your source is coming from.
And if they like Che.
Mhm.
Right.
55 seems like an honest number, though. You know what I mean? Because if you glorified Che, you'd just be like, oh, he didn't kill anyone.
Yeah,
you know
true.
what I mean?
All right, yeah, he killed 55 people who were really supposed to be dead the whole time.
He only killed 50. Only
55.
That's
What was the high number again? 14,000?
yeah, like 14,000 was the.
I feel like
maximum.
that number might be a case of like, well, he kind of killed some of these people indirectly
and
through his
and
communist reign.
disrupted the
You know what I mean?
local
1,400
commerce.
people that he personally executed.
Takes a long time.
That's a long
Well,
time.
maybe not personally, but just given orders.
Well, right, yeah. But I still think that the 1,400 might be a little exaggerated, too.
Think about it. 14,000 over the course of your career. He was actively killing people for, 12 years? So what's that, 4 people a day? 5 people a day?
4 people a day?
Math, baby.
Somewhere around there.
It's a lot of killing.
It's true.
When do you gotta go get the Christmas tree?
Yeah, you gotta take a little break.
Yeah, you gotta take care of the kids.
Gotta light the menorah, you gotta do the advent candle, whatever you celebrate.
Speaking of doing it for the kids, Che is recorded to execute a prisoner as young as 12. But the barrel of his handgun behind the boy's neck pulled the trigger. The boy's neck was small enough and the blast was big enough where a near decapitation almost happened.
Jesus Christ, what a shitbag.
Che also had his firing squads begin to use all live rounds. And I don't know if you know,
What was
but
he using beforehand?
usually
Bullet? Rubber?
usually for execution squads, aka firing squads, a number of the firers are given blanks.
It's
right. And then like one is given a live round.
One or two would be given a live round.
Yeah.
So if you had 5 guys lined up, you wouldn't tell them. You'd give 2 of them live rounds, live cartridges, and you'd give the other 3 guys blanks, which are pretty much regular bullets, just minus the projectile part.
So you can go home that night, sleep well, knowing that you may have not killed that person.
Yes.
Right.
The idea behind this is
Who knows who killed the guy?
You can say the state killed a man before you can say another man killed a man with executions.
Gotch.
But Che was just like, no, we're not pussies. Everyone killed that man. Everyone had a live cartridge in their chamber, pointed it at that man's heart, and fired. So we're all brothers in this guilt-ridden trip of ours. That's his modus operandi of running his La Cabaña.
I can
prison.
respect that.
Yeah.
It's you're not whitewashing it.
He's working with absolutes. That was his mentality.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll never reach the apex of killing as much as the guillotine.
That's a machine.
Guillotine was an excellent machine. No one had to take blame. It was the machine's fault.
Lethal injection's been fucked up so many times. I'm still a fan
I don't
of
like
guillotine.
Guillotine's where it's at, dog.
What was the Spanish one called again?
I think it was called a garrote.
La
And
Garata or something.
Yeah, La Garata.
Right.
And it was basically like a guillotine, but instead of a knife going down, chopping your head off, there was like a twist, and it would just like slowly choke you out, which is way more slow and painful than the guillotine.
Yeah, no, guillotine's fine.
Yeah, guillotine's where it's at,
You're
dog.
gonna kill me. Throw me in the guillotine.
There was also a lot of lined bullet executions that went wrong too.
Okay.
Because, like, I mean, well, if 2 people had live rounds and they didn't have a lethal shot, you can get 2 rounds in the chest and still live for a while.
Yeah,
True.
You know what I mean?
It was
Like-
customary to shoot people in the head or chest.
But
If you requested the chest, you might get unlucky. Is all.
right, yeah. Anyway, this is very morbid.
Che earns the
Hey, that's what
lovely
we do. We talk about.
Yeah, a little roast morbid.
Roast Morbid podcast. Hello. All this dirtbaggery earns Che the name, the Butcher of La Cabaña.
Sexual.
What is pig in Spanish? Caballo?
Pig.
What's caballo?
I think caballo's horse.
Yeah, he's the butcher of the horse.
What are you talking about?
That's his new name.
La Cabaña means
The
cabin.
butcher of the caballo. Yo soy caballo, no soy.
No soy, no bueno, para los niños, casa bonita.
Casablanca. Humphrey
Humphrey
Bogart.
Bogart.
Anyway,
Otra vez, Sam. Play it otra vez.
Cuba gets a little hot for Shay. He's like, "Oh, this is getting a little spicy for me. I need to duck out." He thinks he can make a living on doing what he usually does, playing this game of changing some place that's has its imperialistic grip loosened. He wants to go in and make it Soviet or communist.
So he was the Chris Angel of the political world.
I don't know if that's correct. I don't know about that metaphor.
They don't know my trick yet. I'm going to go over here and show my trick.
Oh, God, your country was one way? Look again.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Different way now.
So he's like, let me try and beat Che Guevara in the Congo.
He's off to the Congo?
Yeah, it's the Congo.
They're
Wait.
doing great now.
Wait, when he was in fucking Cuba, though,
Yeah.
was he around for the Cuban Missile Crisis?
Yep.
I feel like that's a fucking big point.
Yeah,
The
bad
Cuban
pigs.
Missile Crisis where the
Yeah.
world almost blew each other up.
You want to run this down real quick? Like, yes, he was part. He
He was part of that shit,
was
right?
indirectly part of Bay of Pigs. He wasn't actually boots on the ground there. But Travis, if you want to run down that whole
Yeah, I
fucking
kind of
shit show,
I heard about that, and fucking basically Che was the guy behind, that's basically called the USSR pussies for backing down from the fucking Cuban Missile Crisis.
And the USSR supported them at this time.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. It was, it was a communist, but anyone that was communist, the USSR was like, yeah, we'll
Friends,
back
hello.
you. Yeah, hello, buddy.
Hello, friends.
Hello. So when the USSR backed down from the Cuban Missile Crisis, Che was like, you guys are a bunch of dicks. I don't know if I believe in that shit anymore. And I feel like that's the reason why he left Cuba.
Yeah, that's why he was like, fuck this, I'm out. I'm gonna do this again.
Because
in the Congo.
communist Russia decided not to blow everything up.
Yeah, because the second the fucking Soviets launch nukes, America's going to launch nukes. That's how the world ends.
Yeah, mutually assured destruction.
Yeah.
It is horrifying to be alive now.
And it's still the case.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure like there's a designated like Air Force plane that all its job is to do after we get hit by like a nuclear bomb is just to like keep its inhabitants alive and just set everything off. Like
Yeah. Well, we basically have the same situation as the Cold War, except we don't teach duck and cover because that shit is fucking stupid. It's basically just get under the desk and kiss your ass goodbye.
yeah, this plywood will save you.
Nah, not happening. I mean, a nuke fucking blows shadows into the wall.
Yeah,
like you getting under your desk? Not gonna do a thing.
it'll just
That's why I have
change
sex
the
with lights
shadow.
off. No shadows.
No
in the
shadows, bro. You're good.
So Che Boy tries to bring communism to the Congo. Doesn't work.
Yeah, because they got it figured out already.
Because there's mercenary troops in the Congo, and the American CIA kept fucking with Che the entire time. American CIA does not like Che, by the way.
Yeah, they keep stealing his lunch.
His lunch money.
Oh, you trying to get a papusa? You trying to get a papusa? Check. We
Hey,
taking that
Henry,
papusa.
I'm going to go steal his lunch again.
So
It's a cigar!
So Che lands his like communist revolution more or less in Cuba, like to the point where like he gets a foothold to even become an executioner. When it doesn't work in the Congo, when it fails, what do you think he blames?
Capitalist pigs.
The Congolese. He just dropped all of the blame on the Congolese, saying the human element has failed.
Sounds like a bad boyfriend.
There is no will to fight. The leaders are corrupt. In a word, there's nothing to do. He pretty much felt the population of the Congo was just, I can't save you. You guys don't care about your political atmosphere.
Wasn't Che reported to be pretty racist, too?
Oh, yeah. Very racist. And I think this is where it starts poking through. Because I assume he tried to, like, walk into the Congo and just do the same programming.
Holy shit,
and
you guys are
protocol.
black!
Yeah, like he just tries to
Whoa!
He tries to run the same protocol and programming he ran in Cuba. Like, okay, I'm just going to do that again over here.
Mm-hmm.
But like, the Congo is different for some reason or other. He blames the people. I'm currently thinking it was just like a slight economic difference. Like we know Cuba had subsistence farmers that could barely scrape by. But in the Congo, just with the Congo conflict going on, no one was really scraping by.
No scraping.
Yeah.
So it was like,
Pre-AIDS.
shut
though,
up,
so.
Che. I need to not die tonight. You know what I mean? It wasn't like,
Well, Shea bitched and moaned about imperialism.
yeah.
He's like, imperialism. Dog. Cuba's been facing imperialism.
Why do not have jobs?
Yeah, but like in Africa, they legitimately had imperialism.
Yeah.
In Cuba, it was like, this is kind of a shithole now, and everyone just abandoned Cuba.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the reason why there's like this subsistent farming going on. In the Congo, there was like legitimate imperialism going on. So, like, this whole system of, like, can I reach off of these people that are just trying to survive didn't really fucking connect with the Congolese.
Che went on to say, we can't liberate by ourselves a country that does not want to fight. So he's pretty much calling, like, the Congolese pussies.
Yeah, he backed out.
Yeah.
This is a history of failure. So I like that about Che. When somebody can admit, like, this is a failure and I did it, I feel it makes you heads and shoulders above your peers in honesty and
Right, it's like, I
work
fucked
ethic.
up, dog.
Yeah. It's like admitting you fucked up is a very strong trait.
We're really missing out on that right now.
Especially
as a country, yeah. Doesn't know what it's like.
Fuck up.
Yeah. He's just so in his own head. Anyway, move on.
Again, he thinks third time's a charm, tries to incite revolution in Bolivia. Maybe tried, like, well, let's go back over here, South America.
Well, at least he speaks the language there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the right continent.
Yeah. This is pretty cool. Che Guevara, a little bit of a master of disguise, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
So, like Chris Angel.
Yeah. Stop doing that. Under the false...
He's a very sexy man.
Oh.
He's a very nice looking boy.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say.
To the point where he, like, I didn't say this earlier, but he may have, quote unquote, enamored his mother and or cousin.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, as a heterosexual male, he's a sexy boy. That says a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But
again, it depends on how the light catches his goddamn five-head.
Right.
Five-head
the
being
Cro-Mac.
more than four-head.
Yeah. If you don't know that, shut up.
Che Guevara, master of disguise, uses the name Adolfo Mena Gonzalez,
I believe it.
an Uruguayan businessman, uses that ruse to gain entry into Bolivia. And I know this isn't a visual show, but hey, look at that. That's what he did to get into Bolivia. So this guy,
Dude, he's got a fucking ass on his forehead.
he dyed all of his hair gray, shaved a male balding pattern into his head, broke out some nerdy specs, and like got rid of all of his facial hair, like beard and all.
Dude, in the pictures of him nerdy, like disguise town, it literally looks like he has two nippleless tits on his head.
Yeah, that's his prominent Cro-Magnon brow, which you can see got him in trouble after his entry photo was taken. They were able to use like his huge protruding five head to surmise like, oh, this man is Che Guevara in disguise.
Just imagine putting a sabrat injected into your eyes, your eyebrow.
A sabrat?
Yeah, a hot dog.
Oh,
Yeah.
a sabret.
Sabret. Excuse me. Just a hot dog that runs from one eyebrow
Yeah,
to the
it's
other one.
like a Klingon thing, man. It's like,
He does have a very Klingon forehead.
and it only comes out when he's like underlit or profile.
Did he have a key grip that followed him around?
Probably not.
Hope he did.
I want that.
Too chiseled in his facial features, including his boob brows.
I feel like the only chiseled part of your face should be your chin, not your forehead.
Chin and
Chisel.
nose.
Yeah, you have a chiseled nose.
Yeah.
Not forehead.
It's my
Business
boy
nose.
Guevara. He's got that chiseled forehead. All the ladies love him. And again, in Bolivia, Che's revolution ideas fail for a few reasons.
It's a much bigger country than Cuba.
Yes. The Bolivian communists did not support him. The Bolivian communists were believers of Moscow more than they were Havana.
Oh.
They're like, oh, Moscow's doing the communist thing right. Who are you? Castro.
We
I don't know
want
that. Yeah.
Vladimir. We want Vladimir.
I don't know if that's what's in power.
Be a little Stalin boy. I don't know who wants Stalin, but
If you don't know what it is, and you have the romanticized version.
Stalin chopped someone's dick off and put it in their mouth.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a future episode, maybe, Haps.
Mm-hmm. That might be a two-parter.
Yeah. Well, when you enter Stalin land, right? We talked about Hitler. We don't want to do Hitler.
We might not want to do Hitler.
Stalin is possibly worse than Hitler.
He is way worse than Hitler.
Yeah. Like, you think about all those people he sent to the Gulag, think about all these fucking... Like, Hitler was only around for X amount of years. Stalin was around for fucking, like, decades.
In addition to not having Bolivian communist support, the CIA threw a monkey wrench into Che Guevara's plan by injecting CIA Special Activities Division commandos into the area. Now, these guys knew what they were doing, more than the Bolivian militia, and they were also well-stocked and willing to supply the Bolivian militia.
And they were American, so they were stronger.
Yeah. They were stronger with their spinach regiments.
kiss this bicep before I punch you through the asshole.
And the third thing that doomed Che Guevara in Bolivia is his mother-based communications fell out. He had a shitty shortwave radio and couldn't talk to Havana or Moscow. So he's pretty much in Bolivia, you know,
Write a
shit
letter,
country.
you dope.
He's in shit country without backup, resupply, you know,
Yeah,
cavalry,
dog.
all of that.
What happened to his iPhone?
He forgot his iTunes password.
Yeah,
Or
that's
his
what
mobile,
happened.
his mobile me password? I don't know anymore. It's fucked.
What was it?
Mm.
Bueno one.
No. He was Che 69 Fat Dick.
J69 Fat Dick 3.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the
That's
one.
it. That's the one.
The peasants do not give us any help, and they are turning into informers and discussing dick pics for some reason. Yeah. So the people Che was actively trying to recruit straight up tattletaled on him. Oops.
Oh,
Yo,
whoops.
this is a guy out front who's trying to get us to hang out with him.
He's talking about revolution. It's
I don't
weird.
like that.
Yeah, I don't like this boy.
I told him to wait, but I'm gonna go eat this hot pocket.
I tried to walk into my house, and his forehead kept me from my house.
It was like a door jam.
It's like a door jam.
He's weird. Jesus Christ. All right. So anyway, it seems like Che isn't great at revolution. It just seems he got lucky in his like first forays and like quasi lucky in Cuba.
Yeah.
You know, it just seems like Cuba was ripe for revolution, and he was not an important figure. You know, because like he went to Congo, tried the exact same thing, got shot out.
Well,
And he tried the exact same thing in Bolivia, and it didn't work.
yeah, Fidel was a real star.
Yeah,
He
there
was
you go.
like hanging out with fucking.
He was
the real
Sid Vicious of the communist scene.
He was the real.
Yeah.
He was the real SAR, Travis, with the TSAR.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah.
So basically, Fidel's Johnny Rotten, then, right?
No, Fidel's Johnny Rotten.
Yeah, Johnny Rotten. Boy.
Sure.
Communist punk.
Yeah.
Interesting thing about cigars, Che did study Sigmund when he was like laid up with asthma in his youth.
So he knew all about that sucking dicks.
Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
No.
Never
always
is.
a penis.
Mhm.
It's always
Always a
You
penis.
ever see Arnold Schwarzenegger? Fucking like he's got the low suck.
Dude, sometimes when I saw, like, when people suck cigars, you see the veins pop out of the cigar? Like, the cigar grows veins?
Yeah, man. Have you seen those really expensive ones with the 2 extra flavor pouches where you like?
No, I've never seen those.
Oh, shit, it's like cream flavor?
It's like 2 tea bags. One hangs a little lower than the other. Suck it up with a dry leaf.
Yeah, the menthol tea bags.
Yeah. Something real good. Gives a nice rounded off flavor.
You had to pop the menthol sack if you.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta squeeze 'em.
Get those veins pumping.
Right here.
The Bolivians kept tattletaling on Che Guevara's position, so Bolivian Rangers came down on Che in the ravine he was like camped out in with his guerrillas. Now, this is where Che dies. Is captured and summarily executed. So the hunted becomes the hunter.
But who
the hunter
who
becomes the
captured
hunted.
him?
The Bolivian Rangers.
Okay.
After the Bolivian populace, the Bolivian Rangers with CIA support.
Right.
After the Bolivian populace ratted them out.
So a lot like fucking like the Pablo Escobar shit.
You
Where
can
it's like
imagine it's kind of like
it's the U.S. funding these boys
Mhm.
to fucking find this son.
Now the
In the boy son reference.
Yeah, boy to son ratios.
Yeah.
Che's glorified capture entails him being taken with 2 gunshot wounds into his lower extremities and a non-functioning rifle. The dirtbag version of his capture entails him having a fully functional loaded rifle and still surrendering unharmed.
Okay.
There's 2 ways he went down. We're going to talk about the shitty way he went down because that's the show. Bolivian Rangers approached the twice wounded Guevara. Che threw up his arms in surrender and shouted to the soldiers, "Do not shoot. I am Che Guevara. I am worth more to you alive than dead."
They looked at each other and winked. And they brought out the old sawzall with the dildo attachment on the end of it.
Gonna get raped, boy.
And they're like, Yo soy Sabenya.
No, stop doing that. Politically correct.
Mantequilla,
Thank you.
Mantequilla. In the circle of the langosta lives a boy, hermanos de hoy.
So that's kind of this is the most wimpiest surrender I can ever imagine. Like he's using his rock star power to not die.
Going back to his aristocrat status.
Oh, there you go. His captors held him weirdly, not literally. They held him in a cell.
They cuddled him?
No. They perceived him kind of as a myth. Like, holy shit, we just caught a unicorn in the combat field.
Right.
We have the Che Guevara. You know what I mean? They're like, they're a little starstruck that they just captured, you know.
So he was Little Spoon. Like they made sure that their arms were around him. He was a little spoon boy.
But no. Like, his captors were a little bit starstruck with him. Like, his captors didn't release him or anything, but did end up bringing him like small gifts when no one was looking. He somehow got a tobacco pouch in there, and it was.
So he could do the cigar.
He was chomping on his pipe.
Here's a Rubik's Cube I can't figure out.
He had a pipe in his prison. Yeah. He was making small talk with not the officers, but the soldiers. So, like, not Bolivian authority, but the grunts. He was kind of getting chummy with, and they were making. They were bringing him small gifts.
It's
like
the flip
smokables.
procedure. He's getting friendly with the low man, so he can get the mass support.
Right.
And before his execution, he's caught smoking on his pipe because, not a cigar, his pipe, because someone snuck in a small tobacco pouch for him. When he was found smoking the pipe, instead of just taking the pipe away, like, you're not allowed the contraband, his captors were trying to, like, grab it for a souvenir.
Wow.
Like,
Che's pipe, dog.
like,
Let me get the pipe.
This will give me the strength of Che himself, but I just find it very strange that your captors and the people about to execute you are your fans too.
Of course.
Well, they're just they're grunt boys.
Yeah.
That's like saying, wow, the guys in GoldenEye, the AI in GoldenEye, they're not fans of the player. I don't know where I was going with
What the
that.
fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm drunk.
All right.
Drunk boy. Some say the user lives outside the net. One thing's for sure. Reboot.
A Bolivian bee company persisting of soldiers only named Mario. You heard that?
What?
There was
See, I was right with the video games. Only named Mario.
There was a reserve unit
It's a me.
of the Bolivian army. I don't know what happened, but they're all. I think all four of them were
All 64 of them?
all four of them.
It's a Mario 64 unit.
Yeah, you didn't want to fuck with the Luigi unit.
All
Yeah,
four of
I was
them were
saying.
called Mario, at least the first name. And Che Guevara was responsible for 3 of those Mario's deaths.
What?
Yeah. So you can imagine the 4th Mario volunteered for the firing squad.
Oh, okay.
So you.
The 4th one was Metal Cat Mario.
Invincible. He can't- Or he had the star power.
He had the star power.
Che told Mario, I know you are here to kill me. Shoot, coward. You are only going to kill a man.
A meh.
Yes. So this man this man Mario, Che's executioner, was given the despicable orders to not aim for Che's vital parts.
Oh.
They wanted to make it look like Che
Ooh.
died in a clash in the field rather than a controlled execution.
Right.
Yeah.
So Mario ended up hitting him 9 times before he died.
Shit.
Ouch.
He put 5 into his lower extremities just to get that out of the way. Put 1 in his arm, 1 in his shoulder, 1 in his chest, and the fatal one through the throat. And this all came from an M2 autoloading carbine. That's a World War II weaponry that got into their hands. All of this happened on October 9th, 1967. Che at the ripe old age of 39.
Ripe old age.
Yeah.
For a
30.
revolutionary, very ripe old age of 39.
Well, he got a lot of bullshit done, that's for sure.
He didn't do as well as Fidel. Well, Fidel's like fucking 90.
Oh, yeah. He's decrepit as fuck.
Yeah, he also wasn't on the ground as much.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Basically, fucking Che was just around to light his cigars. Fidel's cigars.
Cigar boy.
Cigar boy.
I like this. Pretty badass. Che took the time to write his own epitaph. Wherever death may surprise us, let it be welcome, provided that this, our battle cry, may have reached some receptive ear, and another hand may be extended to wield our weapons. So it's pretty badass.
That's pretty
I'd say
badass. Yeah.
So that's the life of Che. We have a little bit of legacy to go through. Seems Hollywood sprouted boners for this guy everywhere afterwards.
Yeah, well, they never did any research. That's what Hollywood does.
We're better than Hollywood. Nelson Mandela referred to him as an inspiration for every human being who loves freedom.
God.
Well, Nelson Mandela's in Hollywood. He's a fucking dude that
Yeah,
hung
yeah.
out in jail.
Sorry, I just meant like
Nelson
clout.
Mandela was he played God in that movie. And
Yeah. I remember
Dude,
that.
yeah. What is it?
He was in
Nelson
Wanted.
Mandela. That's his AKA Morgan Freeman.
he was, he was in he was in
Alias.
Robin Hood.
Robin
He was in
Hood.
that fantastic John Depp movie where John Depp turns into the internet.
Oh, John Depp Internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, fucking Hollywood.
Yeah, Nelson Mandela. Not exactly Hollywood, but we have Tom Morello gushing. We've considered Che a fifth band member for a long time now, for the simple reason that he exemplifies integrity and revolutionary ideals to which we aspire.
Ugh.
Tom Morello's stupid.
Fifth band member.
Tom Morello, you're an idiot. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Let me
That's
get
free
it.
money.
And by the way, Che Guevara hated pop music as much as like a totalitarian agent could.
Yeah,
Like,
you don't want anyone
right.
having fun.
Yeah.
This is communism.
It was
What's that? Kiss? I want to rock and roll all night.
You know, it's
That's
I want to rock and roll all night and subject myself to the masses. I want to chill with the masses and do nothing fun. Because that's what I do. It's communism. Cody.
His-
little baby communism.
his mausoleum is fucking insane.
He's got a mausoleum?
Yeah, dude. Like, he's remembered so profoundly by some demographics of people, and his mausoleum is pretty much like a source of indoctrination. Like, it's very shrine cultish when you show up there, according to these reports here.
So do
Where
kids play
is-
dodgeball in it?
No.
Where is his mausoleum? Because, I mean, he was born in Argentina. Cuba was like his fucking zone.
I think his remains were in Bolivia for some time.
So he
That's where
stayed in Bolivia.
Yeah, but I think his remains were eventually removed back to Argentina.
Oh, so he went back to
Argentina.
Argentina.
I think so. Don't quote me on that. I mean, do and 5-star us and leave us a subscription.
Yeah.
You know that.
Correct us and give us 1 billion stars.
Yeah. One reporter said the museum guide quoted saying, "He invented a new kind of holiday," she said. "He sacrificed everything for Cuba, so to honor him, once a week, we do a little work at our jobs for no extra pay."
Oh.
So does that seem like authentic, genuine love for another person?
I mean, if I love someone, I'm not going to work for free. I'll
It
do something
sounds
else.
like the state is enforcing some kind of love. That struck me very bad. Like, oh, we love him. That seems very Kim Jong-un or ill.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, though.
belovedly-
I mean, him and Castro really fucked that country up. Right
Yeah,
before
yeah.
they got in, there was worth. You know, they had buying power. They
Yeah.
were a real country before then. And now they just turned into, the people just got the shit into the stick.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, as much as I'm a socialist cocksucker, like Cuba was way better off under Batista.
Mhm.
Like fucking, yeah, we mentioned the literacy thing. Yeah, there were fucking poor people, but like,
There's upsides to everything, in a
right,
way.
there's upsides to everything. But like before Fidel and fucking and Che moved into Cuba, like there was progress.
Mhm.
Yeah, there was elitism, but like. The fact that you look at Cuba now, we just opened it up and they're still using cars from the 50s. Because basically time fucking stopped there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
They cut off trade to everything.
cut off everything. And then the Soviet Union crashed. And it was like, well, we're still going to stay communist for a long time.
Yeah, bullshit.
Stupid. Stupid idiots.
Another freaky thing about Che's mausoleum is no photography is allowed. Also, you're not allowed to talk in Che's mausoleum.
How dare you be a
It's
person?
very strange. They
Don't.
see like talking in front of his remains as very disrespectful. And there's actually like armed guards that enforce this.
Oh.
I feel like if you talk in unison as a mass, it'd be all right.
Maybe.
Like, if you all walked in the Che Guevara's and be like, what's up? Yo, Sabenya! And all said at the same time, might be all right.
Yeah, if they catch you talking, they put you in a headlock and throw a moon pie in that mouth.
Yeah. Ooh, moon pie.
America.
American moon pie.
So this is crazy because like it seems Che became everything he strived to fight against in some parts.
He
You know
was
what I mean?
born that way.
Che's quoted as saying, "Cruel leaders are replaced only to have new leaders turn cruel." And that's pretty much exactly what happened with Batista and Castro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Che fought so hard to get a corrupt man, Batista, out of Cuba, but when you create a vacuum like that, the only thing that fills it back up is another Batista in In this instance, it was Fidel Castro.
Right.
So
Fidel Castro.
and Fidel Castro had this tagline where
Castro.
he consistently and regularly told his constituency, in Air Bunny quotes, he wanted them to be like Che. Every time someone asked, like, what should I do? You would often say, be like Che.
What would Che do? Get a bumper sticker.
Che would
Yeah,
kick
W.
ass and take names. Chew bubblegum until he's out.
Yeah. Cuba kind of turned into a shithole after that.
Yeah, so
I mean, I think the U.S. kind of bullied them a little bit.
oh yeah.
Well, we did. I mean, we're not perfect, but at least we have some choices over here.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like fucking Fidel kept the little iron ball sack, grabbing that iron.
Yeah, like at the end of a cigar, like I was talking about.
Yeah. On that country. And it was no thanks to Che.
Love sucking them Cubanos.
Yeah.
That's it for Che, but what do you guys think as, for closing thoughts here?
I think he's a butthole.
He is potentially a butthole.
The
You know what I mean? Like,
well,
there's-
the idea of revolution is really easily romanticized, like I said before.
Yeah.
And the way he's marketed, and people wear the shirts with him on it, and he's
Yeah.
definitely killed people. Like he's not, it's very shallow.
Yeah.
And
It's like this
if
guy's-
you own one of these shirts, return it.
Yeah.
Don't be an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like,
He's not Hitler bad. He's not Pol Pot bad.
but he's bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely bad.
He's on shirts. And also, by the way, he would be turning over in his grave
Mhm.
to see how often his $14.95 likeness at Kmart gets sold. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like that's the capitalist pig using his image. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I feel like I went into this episode thinking a lot higher of Che, I mean, because as someone that is definitely a socialist, right? Like I went into a little bit higher, and then hearing all what you said about like kind of hypocritical, aristocratic fucking bullshit, just kind of like buying into this ideology,
yeah,
right? That he just kind of like sold to the people,
yeah.
kind of
bullshit.
made me
He's a
think
hypocrite.
a little bit more like he's a hypocrite,
Hypocrites
Yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
very hypocritical.
It's rough, man.
He's a little monkey man. Look at this fucking eyebrow.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
He's got boobies on his head.
I don't like it. If you don't know what we're talking
You can't trust anyone that has boobies on their head.
about, Google
Boobiesontheirhead.com.
Che Guevara disguised Bolivia, and you'll see like his getup and the forehead tits that like spoiled it.
Yeah, this podcast is brought to you by boobiesontheyhead.com.
Dude, that's a hot website.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go there later.
Suck a cigar.
Use promo code Russ Mortem.
And then build the website.
Yeah, then build the website, then invite all of us here.
I'm gonna pull a little bit of a blast from the past right now. What do you think Che would be doing right now
Ugh.
as a new man?
He'd
I know
kill
we haven't done this for a
Kill
while.
himself
I
instantly.
know we haven't done this as a while,
Yeah,
but like really, what do you think Che would be doing right now? Like, just transplant him. He's
All right.
20 right now.
Okay,
He's 20 now. He's 20 and
So he's just
27.
like he's just going to Cuba, right? He was around 20 when he was going to Cuba, right?
Okay.
Around
So
there.
I think he would be hitting up B&B. He'd be like,
He'd be an Airbnb dude.
no, he would use Airbnb like crazy because he's like, I'm gonna still drive around on my motorcycle through all of these continents or through the lower side of South America, and I'm gonna hit up all the Airbnbs on the way.
Right, he's gonna try to figure out where's the best place I can get my
Yeah, you know.
cheapest.
A dirty road
wares.
tripper.
I'm going to say he's kind of like a Taylor Swift character.
How so?
He preaches. Well, I mean, all of her songs are just about having fun and all this shit, and everyone
And
talks about how
ex-boyfriends.
talented she is. She's kind of run-of-the-mill talent. She has some talent, but also her status early in life got her where she was. She comes from a lot of money. Really, it's a lot easier to make it music if you already have the resources.
Right.
So that's kind of I could see him doing that, and
Yeah.
pull one of those things where all of his bands, all of his songs are about taking down the man, and he comes from the man.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Rage Against the Machine, Tom Morello.
Yeah.
I have a similar take on that. I just see him as basically the antithesis of what a millennial, air quotes, would be. Someone that just has a trust fund.
Like a Brooklyn kid.
Right, yeah, someone that just has a trust fund and is like, I guess you'd probably call the closest like a Bernie bro. Like, I have no problems, right? I have no problems, but there's problems that exist. And I have all the money in the world.
Right.
But like, there's fucking problems, bro.
Yeah, like
You know what I mean? Like,
you
that's
don't
what-
know any problems firsthand. You're gonna
Yeah.
get
You would have given money to
You're going to
Bernie.
be verbal about it. You're going to be a vegan.
He's like taking advantage. And in the reality, you know, if he existed today, he'd probably set up a website and make him a whole lot of money. You know, like some type of like,
Probably.
oh, we have dank memes on this website.
Etsy.
And it does this, you know?
Social justice warrior.
Yeah, something like that. Like
He might be one of the
SJW.
few male writers on the Huffington Post.
He would have had a store on Etsy that sold
Exactly,
hand-rolled cigars.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right, well, that was a fun one.
Yeah, Che Guevara.
Yeah, a little
Che boy.
history.
I'm sick of seeing them on shirts, but I feel like that's a trend that's being downplayed recently.
Well, you did a lot of research, and you told me some stuff, and now I definitely don't want them on shirts.
Yeah, I don't have one of those.
I'm still
Yeah, I
happy
never
with
have one.
Yeah,
I'm still happy with my JFC shirt.
Yeah, you have
Well,
a
that's
parody
funny.
shirt.
It's a parody
Yeah,
shirt.
it's a parody shirt. It's great.
So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Once you follow us on Twitter at RoastMortemCast, you can also follow me, Tom Saltman, at Saunch, SAUNTCHT.
You can follow me at Travis Legion with 2 E's.
And you can find me on Twitter at Cody McCann, CODYMCCANN.
And if you like our shit, fucking give us 5 stars, subscribe, whatever device.
Try
you
and
use.
beat my score for giving us stars. I got 4 in.
What?
So I don't know how you could beat giving us 4 stars, but just go try.
Yeah.
See if you can beat my high score of giving this podcast 4 stars. That's
You
all.
heard it from the man. Anyway, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, I gave it also 5 stars.
All right.
and I
Oh,
jerked off on
You
the
beat my
page.
high score. How'd you do that?
All right, we get it. We like our own podcast.
Yeah, we all like our
We get it.
podcast. Woo! Queens.
Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Shane.
Thank you, Shane, for
Thank you,
listening.
Shane.
Bye.
Hey, if you like what you just heard, we'd love to hear back from you.
Hey, dumb idiots.
Yeah.
We want to hear your feedback, and we'd love to know if you have someone that you want us to roast or whatever. Just want to tag us on Instagram or Twitter, or you can email us. It's all roastmortemcast. You'll find us.
At Gmail.
Yeah, Gmail. Well, no, we use Hotmail.
We don't accept
No, we
Hotmail.
don't use
We don't
Hotmail.
accept
No,
Hotmail. If you don't
Hotmail.
use Hotmail, can't change
Gmail.
that.
If you don't use Hotmail, just end it.
And we'll do something fun with your names. Should you include those, we'll set up a fake obituary
In your honor.
in your honor. Fake one. We're not going to actually kill you. And this is going to be the stylized roast mortem cast shoutouts that you can be a part of.
Yeah, you get a little tag at the end of the episode. And if you don't want to like say your name for whatever reason, like you're one of those people that just like jerk off in your basement all day, and you just like have no social functions, you can send us a DM or something with your name if you want your name out there.
Yeah.
Or else we're gonna use your fucking handle, which is probably like jerk me off.
Yeah, you
Boy,
can get us
69.
a pseudonym.
Yeah, do
We'll
that
make
shit.
fun of anything.
Have a good time. So thanks for tuning in again.
Yeah, love you.
Aunque no piensen, aunque no piensen en mí, aunque no piensen en mí.